Hello, welcome. My name is Gabriel and I own too many books. So, this past fall, I ended up moving a couple more times than expected. The first time, I brought all of these with me and I thought, this is perfect. These are all of the books that I want to keep with me for the rest of my life. And then, that first apartment didn't really work out. So I moved again to a temporary location, and then I moved again. And I realized in the process of moving all of those times that moving books sucks. And I do not want to hoard all of these and just have to carry them from place to place to place for the rest of my life, especially if they're books that I don't really love. So today, I'm going to be going through these boxes and picking out all of the books that I just don't want anymore. Now, I'm a very sentimental person. Even if I hate a book, I will associate it with the time of my life when I read it, and so I will hold on to it forever. So, this might not be as dramatic a culling process as I am making it sound. There's 2 boxes over there that I forgot to add to the frame. I was wrong, it's just one. To help me get started, there's like this book unhaul challenge tag video I've seen on BookTube, so I went and snatched the questions from that. These are just going to help guide me through the books that I want to get rid of, just to help get me started, and then once I'm in the mindset of tossing out books, maybe I will just kind of keep going through until we've really only got the cream of the crop left, you know? Question number 1 is, get rid of a book that you rated low. And the answer to this is actually Real Life by Brandon Taylor, which is a book that I don't have here with me because I left it back in Utah, where it belongs. I've been in Utah the last couple months and I just got back. I read that while I was there. It was terrible. Well, no, that's harsh. It was not for me. And I left it there. I'll get rid of it next time I'm in Utah. God save me. Next up is get rid of a book that you changed your mind about. And I have an idea for this one. I want to get rid of The Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan, because when I read it, I was like, oh, that was cute and fun. Like 3 stars. But, I don't know. I think that it's more corny than cute, and it just doesn't really mean anything to me, so I don't need it. I thought this was the poetry box. Whatever. Da Vinci? That was a good box. I shouldn't have thrown it. Hey, December, guess I'm feeling unmoored. It's not in here. Haha. There it is. Okay. Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan. I talked about this in my All the Books I Read in Quarantine video. It actually does have some really cute, sweet passages, but overall it's just not very memorable. Not for me. I don't need it. I guess that will be our giveaway pile. The next is a series you won't be completing. I know exactly what I'm looking for. So back in June, I read the first book in the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. It's a continuation, or like a spin-off of the Heroes of Olympus and Percy Jackson series starring Apollo. I actually thought the book was pretty fun, but it's just really juvenile in a way that I'm not super interested in anymore, and I don't think that I need to continue reading that series, and I would be more content if I just reread the Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus series. So I will be unhauling that as soon as I find it. This is gonna take a while. Basically what happened was, when I moved into this place, really I just like ran in, threw all the boxes on the floor, and then went to the airport and flew to Utah. Where on earth is it? I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be forevermore. It's not in any of these boxes. Whatever, I'll find it someday. I'll catch it in one of these boxes. The next is a book that you did not finish. I am going to choose The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. When I first tried to read this, I quit on page 424. Oh, here's a bookmark for my old favorite bookstore back in my hometown, which unfortunately closed. Rest in peace to Princess Diana. So yeah, I finished this and I initially was like, maybe I'll return to it someday, but honestly, I don't. There are millions and millions of books out there that I want to read, and I would just rather not waste my life returning to books that I hated the first time, just in case I like them the second time. There's a bunch of exceptions to that, though. I've already said publicly on this channel that I'm going to be rereading The Catcher in the Rye this year, so whatever. I don't want The Little Friend, especially not with this ugly cover. If I ever read it again, I will be getting a much better edition. So, goodbye. Next is a book you have multiple copies of. Utopia by Sir Thomas More. I own a copy of that back in Utah, and I read it while I was there, but I also own a copy of the exact same edition here, just because it's been given to me as a gift by a couple people. No, I found one copy, the copy that's here, at a garage sale, and then my copy back in Utah was given to me as a gift by a friend. Aha! Utopia. I don't need this. Okay, next up is a book you will never actually get to. Ugh, that's uncomfortable. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I've owned it for a very, very long time. And you know what? If it hasn't happened by now, I don't think it ever will. I don't need it. I hope this is fun to watch because I'm losing it. Do these even go to anything? Ooh, here's another book I'll actually probably never get to. Sorry. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is a book I will never get to, and I want to put it out into the world so that somebody who actually will love it will find it and appreciate it in all its glory. Next up is a book you bought because of the hype. You know what? I was just thinking about this. Back in the day, early BookTube years, I bought Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children because it was very massively hyped. I read it. I actually liked it quite a bit at the time, and I read the next 2 books in the series. I saw the movie and everything. But I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to reread it. And when I think about the kind of vibe that it gives, it's just, I don't know. Somebody out there is going to love it, and that person is just not me anymore. Next is a book you bought for the cover. Ugh, that's a lot of these. I didn't buy this one just for the cover, but isn't it pretty? Oh, there's Trials of Apollo. Goodbye. We're gonna put a pin in that one. The next question is a book that you don't know anything about. Well, I don't want to get rid of a book that I don't know anything about, because then what if I get rid of it and I find out that I would have loved it? Riddle me that. Okay, we have a bunch of like weird mass market paperbacks in here. Oh, here's one I don't know anything about. Salem's Lot. I just don't have much of an interest in Stephen King, and this looks really long. I don't know. I think I'll skip it. And then the question is a book that you didn't buy. So like a book that somebody bought for me. Wait a minute. No. This. Okay. So last year for my birthday, for my 18th birthday, I was given Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganacho. And I read it. I thought it was really cute, but the pacing is kind of weird and the dialogue just wasn't for me. I actually do love the art a lot, but I just want to give this out into the world to somebody who will love it and read it more than once, because right now it's just rotting on my shelf. Yeah, that's gonna be my pick. And that's all of these questions, but now let's just sort through these books. I'm gonna get rid of Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I am going through a bit of a John Green renaissance at the moment, and while I liked this book, I just don't feel the need to continue owning. Well, actually, it's like such a nice copy. No, that's stupid. I don't need to own a book just because the cover is pretty. If I didn't love it a ton, I'm keeping this. Ooh, I'm gonna get rid of Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I have read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and I liked it, but I got rid of it last year. And then I read Landline, which I actually love, and I'm gonna keep my copy for quite a while. But Attachments, I've owned it for years and years. I've tried reading it maybe like 7 or 8 times, and I never make it past the first chapter. So I just don't need this. The Quartet by Joseph J. Ellis. I got this when I was going through my Hamilton phase back in 2015. I'm sure it's fine. I think for my AP language class, we read another book by Joseph J. Ellis, and I just really did not like, I just didn't like his approach to historical writing. I don't know. And I just kind of lost interest in this book after we read that one, so I don't think I will hang on to this. Then we have these two actually really pretty copies of the Odyssey and the Iliad, but these are both prose translations, which I just don't see myself ever really getting into. And what can I say? I love Emily Wilson. I don't need these. See what's going on in here. Save me. I found this book at a yard sale, I think. Bernie Sanders, Where We Go From Here, 2 Years in the Resistance. And I was interested in this when I first got it, but I feel like even since this was published, there have been so many massive political developments in the US that a lot of this isn't even going to feel relevant anymore. So whatever, I'll put this out into some charity shop so that some dad can add it to his collection of political memoirs. Okay, while we're at it, I am going to be giving away my copies of the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, I think. I really liked this series when I first read it when I was like 13. And I've actually heard people say recently that they are still really good and they hold up really well. I just don't see myself revisiting them ever. They look really cool together, but they're taking up space and boxes of books are really heavy and I never want to carry another heavy box of books again. So these are going to have to go. Gracefully Grayson by Amy Polonsky. This book is really cute and I actually like it a lot. I read it when it first was released and I was going to get rid of it, but then I heard that they are making a movie out of this and the screenwriter who wrote the script for it is the exact same writer who penned the script for the Ari and Dante movie that's currently in development. So I think I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit longer and maybe reread it before the movie comes out. Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. I am not a big horror reader, but I have read two of Grady Hendrix's books. I read Horror Store first, and I loved it because it looks like an IKEA catalog, how it's all set up, and it's just really cool to flip through it. But the book itself is not really for me. I think that the horror in it is more just like listing gross things, and it didn't really get to me, so I'm not going to hang on to this one. And while we're at it, I don't think that I need to hang on to his second novel either, My Best Friend's Exorcism. I read that one immediately after, and I didn't realize until halfway through it that it was by the same author. And I thought that book was actually pretty good. This book. Again, it's got a really cool cover. It looks like an old VHS tape for like some campy horror movie from the 80s. And I think that the aesthetic in this one is really cool, and the characters were pretty fun. But it just hasn't left a huge impression on me, and I don't see myself ever really coming back to it. The only reason I would keep these books is just because they look so cool, like on your shelf. Oh, they look so cool. I don't need them. Goodbye. I know exactly what I'm looking for. It's a musical that I hate. Urinetown the Musical. I don't like this show. I don't need it. Maybe I do like it. I've never seen it live. I've just read the script and I've heard the music, and something about just seeing it on paper doesn't work for me, but I think maybe it will work. Have I been out of frame for that whole shot? Whatever. Hi. Okay. I think that's like everything. Wow. Let's just take all the books out of the box, just for a fun shot of me on the floor. So yes, these are the 19 books that I am getting rid of right now. I don't see myself moving anytime soon for the foreseeable future, but I've said that before. So this is just 19 books that I won't have to pack into a box on the next go-round. And then that's pretty much it for this video. I am planning some fun things for January. I started filming a writing vlog because there is a play that I wrote last year that I have been really wanting to just completely revise, and so I think it might be fun to film the process of writing that. I also am planning on filming the BookTube newbie tag this month. I have had the script for that video written up since like June, when I made my very, very first video, because it's like a rite of passage on BookTube, and I really love and respect that video, and I want to do it right. And I think I'm finally in a place where I can do that video justice and get my channel like really off and going. We'll say that these first 6 months have been a trial run. And then I'm gonna film the anti-TBR tag pretty soon. I don't know what order those videos are gonna be coming out in, but just That's what you should expect, so if you are interested in seeing any of those and you liked this video, then subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever those are uploaded, and then, if you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on any of these books that I am getting rid of, or just how's your day going? What have you been reading recently? I'll see you guys next time.